welcome to Allergy. My name is Martha and today I'm making banana bread. This happens to be actually a requested video, and when I post this video I'm actually going to leave a comment below and have a shout out to who requested the video and the recipe. And if you have any similar ideas or things that you would like me to cover, and go ahead and leave it in the comments below as well, and maybe I'll make a video and I'll give you a shout out as well. And then let's get ready to make this banana bread, or as my daughter likes to call it, boom, banana bread. Okay, then our ingredients are as follows. I have half a cup of milk. I'm using rice milk. You can use dairy milk, or you can use coconut milk if you need to. I'm using half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. You can use avocado oil, coconut oil if in place of that if you can't use any of those other oils. I have half a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. You can use another vinegar if you can't use this one at all, and you actually can omit it completely, but it will affect your rising. I have 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and it's a pure vanilla extract because the artificial ones usually have gluten in them, so be careful about that. I have 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I have 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I have 2 cups of Nameste's flour blend. You can use any type of flour blend that you want, but you want to make sure it's more of a cake blend, all-purpose flour. And then I have 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Now, a lot of people like the banana and chocolate chip together. I get a lot of requests for the banana chocolate chip recipe, and honestly, this is the recipe, but you can put chocolate chips in it. Since I'm making it for my house and I can't eat chocolate chips, we are actually using pumpkin seeds because we can't use tree nuts here. But pumpkin seeds are okay, so we're going to actually put those in there. It's actually really good, but you can put a mix in, and you can actually not put a mix in if you don't want one. But just 1 cup, add it in. Boom, we have bananas. So yeah, you're looking at these going, oh my gosh, these are really, really brown and wet looking and gross. But you want really, really dark brown bananas. That is when you know they're at their ripest. And yes, this brown. They were pretty brown, and then I actually just put them in the freezer. I freeze them like that, especially if I'm not going to be freezing them for a whole long time, but there's no reason to throw them away. They start getting ripe, nobody's eating them, I throw them in the freezer, and then when I feel like making banana bread, I just gotta pull them out and thaw them out. So really no waste. But yeah, so depending on their size, you're going to need 3 to 4 bananas, and these are pretty small, so I'm going to use 4 bananas. And this is actually my replacement for my eggs, okay, is using the bananas this way. So then I guess we gotta get started now making our boom banana bread. So the first, probably bigger than I need. But like I said, I'm gonna do 3 to 4 bananas. And I'm doing 4 bananas today. And usually you can just pop the bottom off and then just squeeze them out. And like I said, pop the bottom off and then just squeeze it out. This is the other thing everybody always asks me about. How do you get them out when they're this mushy? It's super easy. And 1 more. One of those weird little hacks. Okay, so we're going to mix this up. This is your bananas. They look kind of, you know, I'll be honest with you, kind of gross. It's like applesauce. So, but they're easy to mush. Okay. And we're actually going to start with the liquids. So we're going to have the applesauce in here. We'll put the milk, the oil, the vanilla. I'm not going to put the apple cider in yet. And the reason for that is because the baking soda and the baking powder, it's going to react with that and helps you give you more lift. So I actually won't add that until last. I already have my, sheet. We'll put the brown sugar in first. We're going to go ahead and put the salt in. Now we're going to go ahead and put the baking soda and the baking powder in. And mix that in with your okay, flour is going to go in next. And then I'm going to put the apple cider vinegar in right before I get the flour completely mixed up. And very important, don't put your mix-ins until you pretty much have got your batter where you want it to be. And that's because with gluten-free baking, you don't have to worry about your gluten being broken down. It's not there. You're trying to make it. So this is pretty much the batter of a cake or a muffin. And that's where you want it to be. So I got my pan right here ready to go. It's oiled. And so pretty much all you're going to do is dump your batter mix into your pan. And you can save some of the chips or the nuts and put them on the top if you want to. I usually don't, but you can if you want to make it look a little bit pretty and just to let people know, oh, you see exactly what's in there. Okay, so I just make sure it's even as it can be. Always slam them down a little bit. Grab my aluminum foil. So I'm going to cover this, like I said, it's going to bake at 300 degrees. If you feel like that's too low, and it's going to bake for an hour. And then I'm going to actually take it out of the oven, take the aluminum foil off, and let it bake for another half hour. When you take the aluminum foil off the first time, it will be completely rose up to the top. And then it will actually deflate a little bit. And that's just because of the eggs, but it will not lose its rise completely. And this is the method I've come up with that works the best for me as far as having an egg-free recipe. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the oven and I'll see you back when it's done. Well, the banana bread is done. I think it looks amazing. This is the pan I baked it in, and that's just to give you all a reference guide. Whenever you're baking gluten-free and also egg-free, there has a tendency to be some rising problems. And how I get over the leveling is doing what I told you before in the recipe. I go ahead and I bake my goods very low, so about 300 degrees is what I start this one at. And I actually bake it covered for 1 hour with aluminum foil. Then I uncover it and I bake it for another half hour at 300. And that's what I get. Then I let it cool off, obviously. It's still a little warm because, you know, I'm getting impatient, to be quite honest, but it's still a little warm. Okay then, looks pretty good. The fun part is eating it. Moist, chewy. Very good. Little crunchiness because of the pumpkin seeds, which I like. Chocolate chips work great in here though. Really good. So I want to know in the comments below, what would be your favorite mix-in to put in to make your perfect banana bread? I hope this recipe helps you tame your allergy dragon. If you like this video and like to see more, go ahead and hit like for me, subscribe and ring the bell, and that way make sure you'll get more content from me. And we'll see you. Bye!
I low-key think I'm being made fun of.
From who?
Boom, banana bread.
I think it's cute. It's just like chicken tendies.